Hey guys, it's Jenny here from Angel Handmade Papercraft. Today I am working with Time for Tea Designs Bonnie Birthday Complete Set. So that's the Bonnie Birthday, the small bow and the sister script. I am colouring her up with Copic markers. So let's get started. I'm starting by laying down my lightest colour, which is the E000, and then I'll work my way from darkest to lightest. I always lay down a coat of the lightest marker. It just helps the markers blend that little bit easier. My marker's getting a little bit dry, I need to refill it. So now I'm going in with my E04 marker. I'm just laying in all the dark areas underneath where the hair would create a shadow on her face, a little tiny bit on the inner of the ears, and then just down both cheeks of her face. And then I will add a little tiny bit on the neck, the arms, and then on the legs. Okay, so then now we're going to move on to the next darkest marker, which is the E11 marker, and then we're going to slowly pull those colours out into the face and into the other sections of the skin. Sorry guys, I didn't realise how much I had pulled the image down there. Okay, so just working my way through, pulling that E04 marker down that little bit more using the E11. Doing the same thing on the legs here, even though you can't see it. There we go. So now I'll go down to my E21 marker. Just trying to fix my camera. I must have bumped it. So down to the E21 marker. So same process all the way through, just keep pulling that last marker out. Working my way through down to the legs, and then I will go down to the E00. Pulling it in all the way around. So as I go through, I pull it round to the face a little bit more, just to define it and make it round. And then finally we will go back to the E000 marker. I'm going to add the R20 for the cheeks in first. And then down to the E000 marker, and now I'm going to pull all the colours into the centre of the face and just blend them out to make sure that I blend those cheeks well so that the R20 blends into her face. So it is still wet at the moment, it will blend down a little bit more. Don't forget the arms. Now I'm going to start working on her dress. I'm going to use BG02, BG05 and BG07. So once again, I'm starting with the lightest marker, the BG02, just laying down a quick layer. Doesn't matter how you colour, it's all going to get blended out anyway. So now I'm going to go in with the BG07 marker, add in all the dark areas, just underneath that bow there where it's going to create a shadow. Just trying to make the dress look a little bit more rounded. So here, I think the BG07 marker ended up actually being lighter than what the BG05 marker was, so I do have to go back in again and blend that out. So just working my way through with the BG02 marker, just blending all that through. It's funny how shiny this looks on camera. It doesn't look that shiny when you're actually colouring. So I'm just fixing that up there, just where it bled down the side a tiny bit with the zero colour blender. That does dry clear, you will not be able to see it. Now I'm going on to the oranges. I'm using YR15 and YR68 for her bow. I actually had some pattern paper in mind that I was going to use, that's why I'm using this odd colour blend today. Excuse the messages, sorry, that's my mum ditching me for lunch tomorrow. So now I'm moving on to the shoes. I'm using R81, R83 and R85 for those. Just blending them out well. All right. So as you can see, I did actually print 2 of these out. I was going to do 2 cards at the same time, but I think I ended up only doing 1, and then I did another one later on. So here I hadn't quite yet decided what I was going to do with the hair, so I just left it while I was planning my card out, and I thought it would be an easy thing to do even when it's on the card, so I just left it. So I am working with a paper pad from Fancy Pants Design. It's the Hopscotch 6x6 paper pad. So I'm just pulling a few of the leftover pieces from the paper pad, and I am trying to make use of them. So now I am playing with the My Favorite Things Pierced Circle stacks and the My Favorite Things Blueprints 3. That's what that half oval weird looking shape is that's around my little bonnie here. I'm going to run those through my Gemini. That's what was sitting next to me at the time and turned on. And I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I've got those cut out, ran them through my Gemini quickly. I do have the large Gemini if you're wondering how I got these cut on such a large sheet of paper. I can actually run a whole A4 sheet of paper through on the large one. So I've cut the sentiment out there and also the image. So I'm just having a play with them, trying to work out how I'm going to have them on my card. So I did end up colouring 2 of these little girls up exactly the same. So even though you see me doing parts of a card here, I actually did a second card as well. So I'm just playing with them to work out what I'm going to do. Not sure what I'm doing in the background here. There you go. I'm cutting out the sister sentiment. That's what I had planned to do. I'm still trying to play out this layout. It's just, I think the way that I cut the little girl out, the little Bonnie, it's just not working for me. So I think what I end up doing is fussy cutting her out. Yes, here we go. That's what I'm doing off screen right now, is I'm actually cutting her out from that little shape that I had previously cut her with. It just wasn't working for me with this sentiment and everything. So I did have to fussy cut her out. So I'm doing that quickly. I cut the bow out using my, what is that fancy new knife called? All I know is it's very, very sharp. I'm just having a look in my drawer here to see if I still have it here. The pen blade. You need to be very, very, very careful with these things. They are very, very sharp. I haven't cut myself, but, you know, I try to be very careful, but accidents do happen. So here I did actually have some of these bits and pieces already cut. They were in the back of my package. So that's what made me pull in that craft colour into my card. So here I am cutting out the fabulous word, which is from the My Favorite Things Absolutely Fabulous Dynamics. I actually did cut it out twice. And I just slightly off-centered the craft underneath. So you can slightly see it, but it doesn't stand out too much. Now I'm still playing here, but what I end up doing, which you will see soon enough, is I actually run the word back through my, I think I was using my Sizzix Big Shot at this stage, and I ran the image through as well with the word die so that it actually cut out the word. Somebody did say the fancy word for it the other day, but I cut the little girl out using the word die as well. So, and then I popped it up, so the image is actually part of the sentiment. I hope that makes sense. But it was the only way that I could get this gorgeous word onto the card without covering it up too much. So here is where I decided to give her some nice chocolate brown hair. So I am using on her hair E57 and E59. Apparently I only used 2 colours on her hair. That's what I've written down anyway. So we'll find out shortly. So I'm just gently flicking the hair down from the top of her head there and then from the bottom up. Yep, so I did only use 2 markers. I just wanted it to be a quick colouring. I'll go back in and add some of that darkness back in because it did pull it out a little bit. Just adding the shadow underneath her head. And then once again just doing the flicking type motion and also drawing in where all the lines are on the image already. Loving these new stamps, they are absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so the image is all coloured up, ready to go. Now just adhering her to the sentiment, the one that I've printed out, and now I am trying to work out what I'm going to do. So just playing with all of these patterned papers. Cutting a banner into one of them. And into the other as well. Now I will layer them, adhere them together. Still playing with this sentiment, trying to work out what I'm going to do. I wanted to put it on there so much, it just went with the sentiment so well, but I just couldn't get it to fit on my card without covering up too much. You won't get to completely see the end of this video because I did stop recording to do something and forgot to press record when I was done. So here is the images of the card completed. Thank you guys so much for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.